Hey everyone, this is our first phone review of quarantine basically. So this is the iPhone 12 Pro versus the iPhone 11 Pro. Is it really an iPhone Pro 11 Pro 2.0? Well, let's find out. So the first step is to look at the boxes because that was really a big factor in Apple's advertising campaign. So the boxes are, again, quite different. iPhone 12 is about half the size of the iPhone 11 Pro because if we look inside the box here, there is no charging brick like there is in the 11 Pro box. Also, no headphones, so that's kind of a bummer if you don't have headphones. But Apple's nice enough to actually sell these nice accessories online separately. So for about $20, you can get a charging port that'll be USB-C friendly, which this charger is USB-C only. So unless you have a USB-C port on your computer, you're going to need to buy a power brick or a wireless charger, which I think is the route most people are taking these days. And they do have 3 different charging brick options on their website. One is up to $79, so that's quite a lot for a charger. So looking at the two phones side by side, they are very similar in shape and design. Layout is just about the same for the buttons. But the edges on the iPhone 12 now are, again, squared off instead of rounded. The X and the 11 Pro both had rounded edges, and now the 12 has gone back to the design with kind of the flat edges, which again are a fingerprint magnet because they do catch pretty much everything that touches them. Again, the two phones are very similar, you can see here. These are both space gray models, so you can see the back is very reflective and the logo is there, although at sometimes you can even make it disappear because of the angle of the light reflecting. The 11 has a little bit more of a kind of a clear look to it, just because the edges do go up to those rounded corners. And on the back of the 12, we have the additional detector there. So the 12 has really just kind of a nice clean edge look to it. A lot of people were a fan of the squared off edges for the iPhone. I was kind of neutral. I like the X with the curved edges, and then the Pro is a little bit bigger, but still with the curved edges. This 12 actually feels quite nice to hold in your hand, and it's a decent size phone. It does feel a little bit bigger because of the edges, but that's expected because they're not curved. And then here is the newest accessory. So this is the MagSafe iPhone case with the magnet in the back. So you attach this to the phone and it detects it, and it's supposed to allow for better charging. So with the MagSafe charger, you can actually magnetize it to the back of the phone because that magnet goes through the case with the additional case magnet. And it's a nice case, but a little pricey at $50. So looking at the side of the phone, again, this is a first 5G iPhone, which was one of the main factors. A lot of people have been picking it up. As you can see here, there's a 5G antenna on the side. And what's interesting is that used to be where the SIM card slot was on this phone, and they've actually moved the SIM card slot to the other side of the phone. So that's a bigger difference compared to the 11. Volume buttons, silence button, pretty much in the same place, as well as the power button. And you can see it is very good at collecting fingerprints, which is why I'm keeping it in the case most of the time. So the clean edges are a nice look to it. And then if we take a look at the 11 Pro just for comparison, again, it's not a bad design, but it does feel a lot different when you're holding it in your hand. It does feel actually slightly smaller, even with the phone outside of the case. And then the screen, at least in my perspective, does look a little bit larger on the 12, just because you have reduced edges. Barely noticeable, but it is noticeable. And comparing size, again, they're about the same. And then you can see that the SIM card slots have switch sides. So the 11 had it on the same side as the power button. There's our fingerprint test on the back side. Smudges quite easily. Still a very clean look for the space gray. And now they have the blue color, which is nice as well. And you can kind of see how the 11 looks a little more kind of glassy on the backside, especially around the edges. So comparing the two phones top face to face, really, they're about the same size again, so almost exactly the same size. You can really pick them up together by grabbing the edges quite easily, and you don't even feel that there is a difference in size. Thickness too, just about the same. The squared edges make it feel slightly thicker, but it's really just the design of the phone that makes it feel thicker. It's not physically really thicker. And so that's moving on to the camera now. So 3 cameras on the backside, and now we have HD and 240 frames per second, which is quite nice for slow motion. It's about as good as you can expect from a phone right now. And we're going to take a look at 4K and 60 frames per second. And now we're looking at 4K 60, but at half speed. Great quality from the cameras, as expected with a phone these days. Really consistent and high quality between the 11 to the 12. Great phones overall. So overall, this is a really nice upgrade, great change. If you don't have the 11 Pro, I would say definitely go for the 12. And this whole entire video is actually shot, recorded, edited on the 11 and the 12. It was edited on the 12, shot on the 11 Pro. So that's the video quality. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I think that Apple's definitely created a new phone instead of just iPhone 11 2.0.